Welcome back, operator.
Greetings, Tenno. We are back with Warframe TOG. Warframe TOG is a series of streams where we're taking an account all the way from the beginning, all the way through the game, and covering pretty much just about every topic for the beginner and for people who are a lot like me, who are not necessarily the fastest with reflexes or the best at spotting things on screen, or are a bit older and have arthritis. I'm 63. All my fingers have arthritis. And on one of my other accounts, the clan solo account, I just did a 20-minute defense, so my fingers are sore as hell. But we're gonna do this stream anyway. I've been talking a lot about us. We have it to doing the Deadlock protocol quest, and we are going to do that today. I'm also going to go ahead and do some Eidolons, some mining and fishing and hunting in all the open worlds. I'm going to go for trying to maximize our standing in those open worlds as part of our today's streaming experience, because we do need to raise it in every one of them. We're ultimately, one of our goals is we have to get our quill standing up high enough to do the Mask of the Revenant quest, which is one of the things on our list. We also need to get our quill standing up high enough to get better amps, and we also need to get our standing up in Fortuna for much the same reason. We want, before we go to the new war, we want to be pretty good with Railjack, which we are at this point. We want to have our Necromech built up a little bit. We haven't even finished building the Necromech, and we want to have a better amp. Those three things are the key three things. We also want to get a little bit used to certain mechanics in the game, so we will do the Duviri paradox as part of that. But we're kind of going to need to do that anyway. It's one of those quests that they moved it so far earlier than it originally was. It originally came out after the New War. It provides a lot of useful things, including an alternate way to farm some of the earlier Warframes. Right now, I'm not finding it that alternate way compelling on my main account, mainly because I have all of those earlier Warframes on my main account. It's only come up with one Warframe I actually wanted to farm through that mechanism. So I'm not in a rush to do it here, because it also doesn't let you teach the mechanisms to actually get those Warframes through the normal process, through the quest system and through assassination missions and all the other things like that. There are a few I would go for. If they came up in what's called the circuit, I would probably go for them, like Ash, for example, which is a pain in the neck to farm, or a couple other ones that are very difficult to farm the normal way. But we're going to try and go the normal way for most things. And the Duviri Paradox also opens up a whole new thing. And I'm not going to go into more detail about that because it's a bit of a spoiler. But we are going to do the Deadlock protocol today. The first thing we want to check is, do I have anything baking in the foundry? Let's see what's cooking here. Nothing. I don't have anything baking in the foundry. If we look at our profile and our standing, you can see we have 11,844 rank to go to rank 10. I would like to get something cooking in the foundry, or at least something that we could farm up in terms of standing as part of doing these quests. We are going to get something as part of it. So I'm not that concerned, because the Deadlock protocol does involve building a new weapon, which is the main reason I'm doing it, honestly. Not because I like the thing or I like the Warframe that it produces. Farming that Warframe is one of those where, hello, good afternoon. Yes, I am streaming again. Good God. This is the 23rd stream in Act 3, which goes on forever, but there will be an end to it, I promise. So we're about to do the Deadlock protocol. I need to figure out which Warframe would be best for that. I think I might be Rhino because there are some survival-like things there. So I'm going to bring out Rhino, and I might change that if I have to later on. So the start of this frame is going to be going ahead and and I definitely don't want to be solo. Although I'll be probably doing most of these solo. All right. So we're going to come over here. We're going to go to our quest section. Oh goodness, you're in 1999. I have not gotten to 1999. And wow, that's got to be a lot of work, I'm sure, doing what you're doing there. Okay. Chains of Harrow starts the pre-New War quest stream. There's a series of quests involved in that. There's Chains of Harrow, the Apostasy Prologue, the Sacrifice, and Prelude to War. Those 4 I'm kind of putting off a bit. I might do Chains of Harrow a little earlier. Okay, so all of these quests, the Fury Paradox will probably be done about that in this. It'll probably be all 4 or 5 of these will be done in this order. And they will probably be done late to the I've heard some of the boy band music that's in 1999. For those who are not looking at the chat or can't see it later on, a friend of mine is doing some grinding for a weapon type in Warframe 1999, which is a much later expansion. And no, I am not going to get there anytime soon. It's going to be a long ways to go. Because we have not even done the New War, and that is way post New War. So yeah, we're doing these 5 quests I've been putting off because they lead into the New War, and they will be done slowly as we get closer to being ready. I think I'll probably do Chains of Harrow shortly after I get our Necromech built, and the Apostasy Prologue and the Sacrifice will probably be done together along with the first part of Prelude to War. Prelude to War is actually 3 quests, but they're small quests. And the first part of that gets us a nice weapon that is very expensive to build, but is currently my main melee weapon on my main account, because it's that good. And there are still better weapons, but that one's the best one that I have access to at this time. So we're not doing these quests right now. We're not doing anything in the main quest line. Okay, there is Patient Zero in the side quest line that we could do, but that's really just for one Warframe, and I don't really see a need to do that right now. The one that we're doing, we tried starting doing the Silver Grove. I have realized that the Silver Grove is not really ready for us until we've gotten a different companion, because Helios used to make that trivial because you collected plants by scanning them. Well, nowadays you collect plants by collecting plants. And that makes the Silver Grove a much, much harder quest. So we're going to hold off on that for a little bit, and we're going to switch to the Deadlock protocol. We can switch back to this one later, easily enough. It's not hard to do. And we don't lose any progress that we made in it. So the Deadlock protocol is a corpus power struggle protocol, and I'm not fond of this quest, particularly because there's some difficulty in it in one section. But we're going to try and do it anyway. All right, so I'm going to begin this quest.
Seven for, 7 against. Cast and recast 7 times. So, it is decided. The fleet has been retrofitted and redeployed to begin at once. New lanes. Trawling for old things. By prophet and void, by the blessed handless founder, we hereby invoke the Deadlock Protocol.
Alright, so we're doing the Deadlock protocol.
Solaris, be you Sumper, Rail Agent, Crud Diver, or Pit Boss. Hear this. Your comrades, your friends, your family, good people with clear debts are being taken, vanished. Nathaniel, in his hubris, is writing checks and cashing them with Solaris lives. There is upset in the halls of corpus power. The foundations of their kleptocracy tremble. To Neth, we say this. You are seen. To the Solaris, make yourselves heard. To those who have aided us in the past, join us now. You are needed.
Okay, so as you may have guessed from that, this also involves the Solaris United group. So our first step in there is we have to decrypt Nathaniel's Deadlock memorandum. Now, that is a mission. It is, where does it go? Right over here. Okay. And these are not hard missions until we get to one point in this series. And then it becomes a, do you have the knowledge of how to use this weapon properly? Okay. And that's going to be the big thing, is we got to learn how to use a weapon. Okay, and we have to use it to defeat a Warframe. That's basically all this quest is a quest to get a new Warframe and a new weapon. But the weapon has some trickiness to it, especially during this quest. So I'm going to go decipher the Deadlock. This part is easy, comparatively. Although, had I remembered that it starts with an interception, I probably would have taken Hydroid. But still.
Maybe in over our heads on this one. Listen up. This Deadlock spat is costing Solaris lives. The Corpus founder, some long-dead cove named Parvis Granum, carries a lot of messianic clout. Well,
oh, that's not where I want it to be.
The old man's got an heir. If true, that heir can, by rights, claim total control of the board. Board schisms and infighting might be the main reason SU survived this long. If the board unifies under one person, one found by Neth, our people will never see daylight. I need you on this. You in?
Yep, we're in. Okay, and then B must be over here. Yes. Alright, who's conflicting with me, Theo? Take back our alpha. This is not... Oh, I missed it. I hate that there are no railings on these stairs. Take back our Bravo. Come back here.
It's enough, alright. Patching through.
With a leaner derivatives portfolio and limited vesting options. I never knew my parents. But, as an orphan, poor as I said, I found great riches within the tenets of our glorious founder, Parvos Granum. The corpus became my family.
They buzzed the band. Keep at it.
Oh?
As my wealth blossomed and my humility grew vast, I began to see a certain similarity. I wondered, who am I really? After a protracted negotiation, my birth mother sold to me the secrets of my conception.
Wait, what? Get that signal back.
Blah, 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 blah. At least this is the third and last time we have to do this. Whoa! I did not expect that to white out completely like that, but we can turn this into our own advantage here.
Succession program. It was an epiphany. It would seem that I am one of the sons of our late, great founder. And, more importantly, his heir. Now I have only to prove it. That is where all of you come.
The brass on this mucker. I have to protect my people from this trust fund lunatic. Do your thing. I'll check in with my whisper network. Let you know what they're saying. Talk soon. The brass.
The data you have collected here today will go a long way in supporting our cause.
Ooh, we got a Hell's Chamber. That's a very good mod for us to have that we didn't have before.
Got dirt that isn't safe to shovel out in the open. You know where to meet.
Okay. I'm just going to clear out that communications inbox message. We got some sigils, glyphs, sorry, from the developers because it's an anniversary. Okay. For TOG, which is decorative stuff, which is perfectly fine if people like to go get decorative stuff. Come. Alright, so we follow the bouncing quest ball. I think it should bounce. I think that would be cool if they bounced a bit. Alright, we don't get to get back here very often for things. This is where we get our briefing.
Making a succession play. Sumper thinks he can prove he's a sprog of noble descent. No idea how. Parvus was assassinated before any of us were an itch. Biz?
Look familiar, Outworlder. Warframe, yes, but one of a kind. Protea. Legend says she was built specifically for and assigned to one Parvos Granum. Yes, part of a deal Granum cut with the Orokin themselves. Granum was no amateur. He had real power. Our ear inside says Neff's techs have found a lead on Protea's whereabouts. Protean traces, they're calling them.
Granum, the original taxman. Killed when someone, a board member most likely, sabotaged the void drive of his personal transport. Neff wants gene proof, but there's nothing left to scan.
And yet, so they believe, they found Granum's Warframe bodyguard, who was with Granum when that void drive went critical. So, who is to say what's true?
Our people are vanishing because of this. That's true, I know it. I don't care if Parvus Granum is dead, alive, or making change tap dancing in a Grenier officer's mess. Sparky, you find what Nev's looking for. You'll find out what happened to our people. Get on it.
All right, we've already encountered what happened there, people. They're imprisoned on Corpus ships and being disassembled for parts. Now, while I'm in here, I'm going to briefly talk to Little Doc. Okay. Little Doc is the Quill's representative.
Well.
Okay.
Another tenno. This ain't my usual line of work, you understand. I'm not from around here, but I've got a fast tractor and I know how to jump a rail. So a new friend in Zeta set me up with all this. Name's Little Duck, fortune hunter, rail agent, and the girl your mumsy warned you about. And now, somehow, the local Quill-endorsed purveyor of amps and assorted paraphernalia. So, what'll it be?
Okay, so as she says, she is the purveyor of amps. We have no Vox Solara standing. Okay, we do need Vox Solara standing. We're going to also need toroids to go up in rank. Okay, toroids are gotten from doing a number of different missions. We will do some of those missions in order to rank her up. She has, amongst other things, and all this stuff at the first level is decorative. It's outfits for the operator. Okay. But at higher levels, she will have, in addition to more decorative stuff, okay, she will have things like gyromag systems and Atmos systems. These are things that are also gotten by doing the highest end bounties on Venus, on the what they call the Exploiter Orb and the Profit Taker Orb bounties. But we don't get to those until we've maxed out our Solaris United standing. So this is another way of getting them earlier. She also has more amp parts. Okay, remember we had the 1, 2, 3, 4 range. Well, this is the 5 range. Okay, and then underhand you'll have the 6 range, and then under instrument you have the 7 range. There we go. That's the 7 range. So there's a whole lot of work to do to get standing for her, because in order to get standing, you need toroids, or a thing called Narmer Isoplast, which we can't get until we're after Newer. These toroids are worth a decent amount. They're each worth 1,000, these low-end ones. Okay, and these high-end ones are worth 6,000 each. Okay, and these are rewards for defeating the Exploiter or the Profit Taker Orb. It's kind of like the Eidolon hunts get you the stuff that you need for defeating, for increasing the Quill standing on Incetus. So eventually, we're going to have to do those hunts, and we're going to have to get these toroids in order to rank her up so that we can have a higher level amp. She also assembles amps and exotic goods. I can't remember what those are. Oh, these are decorative things that you can get for what are called anomaly shards. Okay, anomaly shards. If you, we don't even have any anomaly shards. I forget how you get them. Off the top of my head, it's been a while. I'm not even certain they existed when we did this, but you can get scenes. These scenes, these 5 scenes, are for what's known as capture mode. They are basically settings that you can use to pose warframes to take pictures and stuff. The Tenebrous ephemera is a costume piece for your warframe. So, that's Little Duck. I'll come back to her at some point soon. Okay. But meanwhile, you do have to be in operator form to talk to her, otherwise she won't even talk to you. Okay. All right. Which is why that area was a spoiler during Act 1, and I avoided it like the plague. But at least it's more isolated and in a closed-door setting compared to the one in Cetus, where you have to pop out into operator right out into the open. Okay, so we have a quest. Sadly, I don't think we get any standing for doing this quest with Voxelaris or with Solaris United. Okay, so we need to learn the fate of the missing Solaris. That's our next step. And if we look at the quest, volunteers is the thing. You can always tell which one it is because it's got the beating quest symbol on it. So we're going to go do that one. I believe this one is just basically an exterminate mission or something like that.
Protean detectors should be on board. Not sure what they'll look like. See what you can find.
Easiest way down there.
It's, right. It's a great, big hand.
Granum tribute. Story is, Parvos was missing his left hand. See if you can...
Another engineering blunder? We need confirmation. Reset and get our next volunteer into position.
What was that?
I think it was a void temporal shift. I'm not entirely sure. I've never seen one before. Small, though. About as big as a person. Patch me into the system. Could do with some noise while I'm eyeballing the bits.
Oh, it's another defense mission, right?
You are found. Remember the first days of Fortuna. Your failure, our victory. Without the Solaris, your aspirations are nothing. Return our Solaris brothers and sisters, or to nothing. So I swear, you will return.
You and your bleeding heart, Tenno's thugs. I really don't have time for this. My robotics, on the other hand, do. Kill crews, take care of this. I have history to make.
As I said, these quests are not all that difficult. We're making quick progress, even though it's a defense mission. Okay. So now we gotta find these protein sensors.
No! This! What is that thing?
I'm not. Outworlder, hold position. I'm getting something.
He'll pay for this. Volunteers. He's killing our people for some kind of weapons test.
Maybe not. I'm still pulling signal from that jockey's rig.
What kind of signal?
I don't know yet. Outworlder, don't let them cut the signal before I can decode it.
Now this is a little harder here. You can see they've brought out the bigger guns. And more of them. But it is still quite possible to defend. Again, I would have, if I had remembered the details about the first two missions here, I probably would have brought Hydroid, but maybe it's just as well we've got Rhino in here for the survivability.
What is this? What are we looking at?
The jockey's feed.
Sparky, you better get out of there. Well, we make sense of this.
Alright, which way is the exit? This way.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
We'll be waiting for you, Outworlder.
Alright, so we're gonna go back to Fortuna again. There's a lot of this going back and forth on this quest. Another reason I'm not all that fond of this particular one.
To the Corpus Board and my many, many supporters across the Origin system, everyone is asking, when will I, Nefanyo, end this unprofitable, squabbling deadlock? People are saying, Nefanyo's perfect for the big thing, a visionary, an exemplar, protege of the great founder himself.
Alright, so come back in here and we get another briefing.
How many kids are going to grow up in the vents because of this? How many parents lost because I couldn't do my job?
Beauty. There's a vent kid, a very long time ago, who would have hero worshipped the woman
Neff intends to visit that pocket for his proof. He won't risk himself. Not at first. Sparky, you can beat him to it. Biz has figured out how to activate Neff's Granum tributes. You won't believe this.
These tributes are essentially coin-operated. You'll need a Granum crown. You'll have to search the ship.
Neff as the Corpus figurehead, with the united board behind him, will be hell for us and workers everywhere. See if you can get across first. Tax whatever proof he's hoping to collect, muck up his plan, and find our people.
Okay. This has now given us access to Granum crowns. Granum crowns, whenever you remember that, you might have noticed a couple of times when we've been on Corpus ships that some guy has popped out in the middle of a mission and prayed to Parvis Granum to protect him, and he will protect his crown. And then we go and kill him. We don't usually get much from him, but we kill him anyway. And now, when we kill him, we will get stuff. But first, we have to go do this.
To cross over, you'll need to find a Granum crown first. Search the
Yes, we
area.
will. Now, normally we do not get a nice little quest marker here early.
Eye out for our people. They may have survived. I've told more than enough kids their parents aren't coming home.
Crews, the tomb is verified intact. Dispatch the treasurer with my offering. It's time I paid tribute myself.
Alright, here's our chance. Time to tax the taxman.
Where is he at? Up here.
Only Parvos could have lived to see this day. Imagine his face, beaming with pride, as he bestowed upon me, his son, that sacred golden hand. My surgeons have assured me the procedure will be quick and painless. A pound of old flesh for a glorious new legacy.
I paid top credits to crap in Neff's coffin. Double if he was still alive.
One scan of Parvos Granum, and my lineage shall be proven. None shall deny me.
And there is the crown that we would be getting.
Again? Not today. As Parvos' heir, it is my offering to make. I am coming, Father. It is I who shall pay tribute. Your Neff is almost home. They must not reach him before we do. Is that understood?
Him! As if the body would still be intact. Something's off. Get to the tribute. Expect some friction.
Already done. Alright, the way we use this is we offer the Granum crown.
The tributes won't activate with combat nearby. You'll need to take out those troops before going in.
Fine. That takes care of that. Now we can do it. We only have one Granum Crown. There are 3 types of them. Some of them give you the regular void, the extended void, and the nightmare void, depending upon which one you want to do.
Good luck.
Welcome to the Granum Void. This is a new area. It is only used for farming.
Beheld another living thing here in the sanctuary. I am Parvos Granum. Thank you for finding me.
I, the void. You are alive. My faith never wavered.
I live. Treachery seethed within the heart of the faith I had built when the board's assassins overloaded my transport's void drive. Protea, my beautiful Protea, and her gift for manipulating time preserved me.
Alright. So apparently the founder is still alive. And what's going to happen here? Guess what? I guess we're going to have to do a fight. That's Protea.
At the cost of all that she was. Now she is nothing more than a specter of her former self. My beautiful Protea. That is why you have been invited here.
Father, permit me to show you all I have built in your name. To Nef Anyo that honor.
My name. I have watched you. Monuments to narcissism, demanding others sweat in your stead, gorging upon that which you have not earned. Watched as you claimed for yourself my teachings of self-reliance, perverting them into a flaccid philosophy of sloth, of idleness. Is that you, my son?
No, that must be a different son.
You know nothing, falling short as you do of every ideal that I value. Your words, your efforts, are the model of inadequacy. I called you, Nathaniel, but I do not need you. I need them.
Them? Hello? Father, you're making a mistake. Come now.
Protea has scanned her kin, and with that, she is reinvigorated. Now, my lovely, if you wouldn't mind, show our guests the door.
We've got a lock on you, Outworlder. Good luck. What the hell? Outworlder, I'm pulling sensory feeds from a trip you haven't taken yet. And hearing myself say things I've never said in a place I've never seen. Parvos? Yudi, you should see this. What if Neff has similar logs?
Biz has a handle on the time jump, but we've got bigger problems than Neff now. Get out of there.
Okay.
Not good enough, am I? Inadequate, am I? You've been watching me, have you? Well, watch as I show you how we do things these days. Crews, repel those specters! We have bigger fish to fry.
Now you just saw one of those specters here. There's a couple of them. Ooh, plastids. Must grab the plastids. Oh, we've got to clear this lockdown, which is not hard. And here's the exit.
Another job well executed.
Vox Solaris. Our interests have come to align. Now, this situation is no one's fault, and I'm not one to point fingers, but my fleet and your workers are facing the same danger. Convince your Tenno servant to re-enter Granum's domain and disable that Proteus Spectre. I have just the thing they'll need, but there is some assembly required. You want to rescue those comrades trapped in there, and I want to keep the past where it belongs. Dead and buried. Deal?
Okay, so we have the Zorus blueprint, which is the main reason I'm doing this quest. The Zorus is a very, very good melee weapon. It takes a bit of practice to understand how to use it. And it takes some work to build it up into being that very, very good melee weapon. So, we now have the Zorus blueprint.
Less a bloviating narcissist with the morals of a haunted chainsaw, but at least that makes him predictable. Parvus. That mucker is something else. I don't trust Neff, but if any of our own are still alive in there, we have to try. Biz will lead the build on this Zorus gizmo.
Okay, as you see, the Zorus requires parts that we do not have. So that is the first thing that we have to do. It will not take long to build, and it will not take a huge amount of credits to build. So the key is we have to go get the parts, and the only way to get the parts right now is to go on this quest. Note, and I'm going to make this a very important note, if you're watching this, never sell the Zorus. Okay, it is a real pain to get back later if you want it back. Okay, so once you build the Zorus, keep it. At least until they produce a Zorus Prime. I don't think there is a Zorus Prime. Alright, so we're going to go here and collect parts for the Zorus on Europa. Oh, and again, had I known, I should have looked it up because it's been a while since I played this, but oh, it's a spy mission. Well, we're going to sneak through it. It's good practice for spy missions, and these are not as bad, but we do need, I think, all 3 vaults to do this. Yeah, I would have definitely taken Wukong if I had remembered this was a spy mission. Alright, I gotta get rid of some of these guys and turn off the alarms. Alright, let's turn off those alarms so that we don't keep summoning more people. And then we can take out some of these guys. There, a little bit more quiet. Which is what we wanted before we approached the vault. I'm going to wait a few seconds to see if anybody tries to follow us in, which they didn't. Let me go and do this. We got at least one guy patrolling the area. Oh, and do I even have the kunai? I do, good. Alright, this guy coming around. Looks like they're making a circle around the vault. In sync with each other too, which is nice. It makes it very easy to predict their movements right now. One down. Good, we took out that security camera. Now we got to take out the other guy who is right there. And I knew I could get away with that because they paused for a bit at that corner. Whoa, that was close. All right, the cameras are out. Alright. These are relatively simple vaults because they're quest vaults. Quest vaults tend to be a little bit easier until you actually... Let's see, I don't see any sign of a camera in there. I should be able to just come up here and crack the vault.
Looks like a partial find. Let's see if Anyo's cipher works as promised.
Some doors ought to remain closed. Now that's not in my worldview. Fire, fusion, void. Progress always comes entangled with risk. with violence. With the precious sample obtained, development is accelerating. The Entrati have kept their secrets long enough.
Alright, we move on to Vault B. Oh, no, you don't. No alarms. Alright, got the same sort of thing. We're going to look here and make sure nothing's following us. There is a guy there who is alerted, but he's unalerted now. Okay, so it's safe for us to go into the vault. Alright, this is one of those laser vaults. This would be really easy with Wukong. I'm gonna sneak in here. Oh, good. We have our Helios with us. All right. I thought, oh, it's this that was leaping. Okay, but that doesn't help us. So if you notice, we've got this. And I'm going to come over here. What we need to do instead is come over. Whoops. Okay. So you got to time it right for this. The other one comes up and starts going back. So now we can go through here. Come around to this end. There's another niche. And this one's even open. But we gotta watch out for the camera that's over there. Alright. Uh-oh. Get rid of my scanner. And make sure my kunai is the thing that's attached. Now we can come in here safely. Wait for that to happen. There's a little room over here that I'm going to go into. And loot. That gives me an idea where we're at. You see that one there? Alright, there's the main vault entrance. But as you can see, we have lasers that are a problem for it. So what we're going to do is instead, we're going to come over here and go over to this. Come around here. So we have lasers here too, inside the vault. But they're only for part of the vault. And then we can just come down here and do the thing.
I am calling it the Spectre Particle. As my Archimedeans explain, mimicry is in its nature. An echo exposed to precept circuits, we are able to imprint behaviors like an infant mirroring her surrogate. Only this infant can set the world on fire.
Okay, now all the lasers are gone. And we can leave this area and go to Vault C. Alright, let's reset those alarms right away. Alright. Let's see if anybody's going to follow us in this far. I see one alerted guy back there. Hopefully he'll become unalerted before he catches up to us. Yep. He's still moving in this direction though, no? He stopped. Good. Okay. Alright, so it's now safe for us to do this. Now there's a guy right in front of the elevator. There's two actually, you can see. Alright, you gotta be careful here. Because sometimes they come up. Alright, there's no... Alright, it takes care of that security camera. Alright, there's a guy right over there. And there's a guy above him. But this guy, we can kill pretty easily. Yeah, there's a guy way up there that is a problem right now. Alright, we don't have anybody in this section. Wow. They've made this easy. Normally you have to go up and through the lasers to get to this, but in this case, all you had to do was that. Okay.
The Dallasburg King Drake control us. They hit our research site for the Warframe assault team. Of course they did. I baited them to do it. The whole site lit up. 80 megatherm bloom. The whole lab vaporized. Those Warframes with it. Fire, fusion, void.
Pathos Granum originated Spectre particle theory? Guts. This old coot is a whole other order of intelligence, and that's bad for us. Get back to your ship. I need to figure out this Zorus thing.
Alright. That's pretty much it for this mission. We just exit. And we're done.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Timur.
We now have the Zorus parts that we need to build the Zorus.
Thanks for the fast work, Biz. Sparky, listen up. Biz's findings indicate Parvus might be close to translating himself from that reality into our own. We're not exactly sure how, but we're getting some odd readings. You've got to build the Zorus before Parvus gets free.
Alright, so we're going to build the Zorus. Alright, and we will go say build. Now, I will be right back in just a minute, and I will pick this up from there. And back. Okay, so we have the Zorus. It's ready to claim. It does not take long to build. I don't have any weapon slots. I'm going to buy 2 weapon slots because that's what we have the platinum for, was weapon slots and Warframe slots. And I will claim the Zorus.
A weapon? Glaive class, but with an energy trap. Spectre particles, maybe. Has a mid-flight detonation trigger. Tricky, but I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. Gear up and let's go.
Now, when he says tricky, he's not kidding. If you are slow of reflexes, it is a little bit tricky. I'm going to come here. Okay. Now, there's a lot of things that people do that are not as productive as they could be. Remember, we're playing Warframe. Every quest is a mission, and most quests, including this one, you do not have to go straight to the next mission once you've gotten in between those missions. You can go do other things, like we were doing with the Silver Grove, like we're still doing with the Silver Grove. The Deadlock protocol is no different. At this point, a lot of people just equip the Zorus and start going into the next mission with a very poorly defined Zorus. So what we're going to do is something different. I'm going to switch to my loadout, which has, is current loadout, which has our Mirage. Okay, Mirage is really good at Sanctuary Onslaught type missions. And I'm going to switch out my Broken War for the Zorus. Because Sanctuary Onslaught missions are really good for ranking up weapons. And we're going to upgrade it. Now, we have 19 space to do it because of our level. Do we have a stance? It does not look like we have any stance mods for this thing. We don't have a glaive stance, which is sad. Very, very sad that we don't have a stance mod for this. But we can get away with without it. All right, it has a unique trait. Infinite combo duration. Okay. Basically, this is one of the things that makes it such a great thing is your combo. Once you've started attacking with it using melee, its combo doesn't go away. It just keeps there once you've maxed it out. And that's really good. Okay. Sadly, we don't have a stance to take full advantage of that combo. We do have things that are for thrown melee. This is the first time we've seen these mods, okay, which is why they're showing up as new, because we've never actually looked at these mods before because we haven't had a thrown melee weapon before. Power throw gives us additional punch through. Punch through could be useful, but the throw damage can be made higher than that. Virulent Scourge. Actually, that is the thing that we got from Barricadier. No, actually, we got it from... I don't remember where we got it from. We got it from Captain Vor when we were going to Mott. So, Virulent... Oh, no, or to Marduk, I think it was. Okay, so it's nice that we have that. That's useful. We may make use of that. Condition Overload is a additional melee damage per status type affecting the target. Okay, it's also a really good thing, but very few of these mods are really key right now. Okay, notice its attack speed is pretty good. We have a good speed, has a decent range. It has a 20% critical chance on, which is a decent critical chance, and 2.4 times damage. We do criticals. 18 is a decent starting status. Okay, its heavy attack has does a little bit more damage. Okay, its throw has no punch through. It's locked out. Okay, all right. However, it does have what's called a radial attack. Okay, that is basically the blow up that it does if you charge it, which means you're going to hold down the E key to throw it. Okay, when you throw it, okay, you can hit the middle button of your mouse or whatever the heavy attack button is, um, and it will explode. Now, in the Granum Void, and this is the one thing that it's needed for in this quest, is why we make it. Okay, when it kills a errant specter, it converts it into a specter particle charge. Okay, all right. All right, so when you hit somebody, and when you kill an errant specter with it, okay, you'll build up charge, okay, and when you detonate it with 3 charges, okay, it increases the explosion size, and it interrupts Protea's stuff. It's the only way we're going to be able to do anything with Protea. Okay, so this is our goal, is to get this to be the most effective thing. Now, I'm going to throw an Orc Catalyst on here. I'm going to buy it for platinum, because we have a bunch of platinum right now. Yes. We still have over 2,000 platinum. Okay. So we're good. So I put an Orc Catalyst on here. I am going to give it the usual things. We need a pressure point. Notice there aren't any thing to give us discounts. This is one of those weapons that in order to build it up to its best potential, you want to put Forma on it. I'm going to put Organ Shatter and True Steel on there, okay, to give us better critical chance and a better critical damage, okay. I am going to stick Carnus Mandible on there because I want that extra slash and status chance, okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and be done with this at this point because that's all we can do right now. Eventually, I'm going to put elemental damage on there once we level it up. But we have to level it up first. Okay. Let's see. Are there any other interesting mods that show up for this that wouldn't be otherwise? Actually, you know, I might, instead of Carnus Mandible, I'll put the Voltaic Strike because it does have electricity in its radial attack. Notice it went from 250 to 880 in the radial attack. Okay, and we're increasing the status as well. So that's a useful thing to do. And instead, do we have anything that is worth 4 that we could put on an unmodified Carnus Mandible? We could put an unmodified Gladiator Might. We don't see some regular melee. Those are all, none of these things are. There is a nice mod that we have not gotten, okay, that goes really well with the unranked Zorus, which makes almost all of its things doing really nice explosions. So heavy attacks become really, really effective with it. But we don't have it yet. So we're going to go ahead and do it with this, and then we're going to go into Sanctuary Onslaught and rank it up. Okay. So here's our Mirage. We go into Sanctuary Onslaught. Notice we have 16,000 standing available. We're going to run the clock out on that standing in this one mission, probably. Sanctuary Onslaught. So as before, when we're using Mirage and Sanctuary Onslaught, it doesn't take a lot of work to use her. You basically... Uh-oh. That is not a good sign. Oh, there we go. That was That was weird. That's how the attack works for the Zorus, the heavy attack. I'm just holding down the E key. But now we'll start using Mirage's abilities to do more damage. You can see we're starting to build up our attacks. A little bit of energy. You can see things are starting to build up. Oh, that might not be one of our. That might not be an enemy. Okay. There we go. Oh, I need more energy. I have to kill some things to get some energy. Or wander around.
Style, baby. It's all about knowing who you are and not giving a damn.
Alright, I'm gonna to show you how to use its detonate. Well, in the next area.
I have opened a new data conduit.
Alright.
Proceed immediately.
So watch. And you blow up for a lot of points and do a lot of damage. So when you do this... Oh, I got a Host Migration. I might be the only one. I am the only one. Okay. I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna go... blow it up. Alright.
You know what they say. The road to good intentions be paved with hell.
So that's basically me doing the heavy attack to throw it. And then hitting the... Sorry. Using the... Holding down the E key to charge it up. Okay. And then... hitting the heavy attack to throw it. And it's a good way of dealing with masses of creatures. Like these. Now, if you're close, you will get hit by that blast. So you gotta watch out for that. It is not a close range thing, but you can do heavy attacks into the ground, and they will work pretty well. And I'm gonna stop here because going alone on this is ridiculous.
Hurry, Hunter. The conduit is closing fast.
You can see it does a lot of damage when you do that.
Hunter, the sanctuary will go on without you.
And we've gotten it up to rank 15, which I don't think is going to give us... Oh, we got 9,000. Oh, because we did... We probably got our Eximus and our 500 done there. We didn't quite use up all of our daily standing. So we're going to do another mission there, obviously. But we did rank up Nightwave in the process.
Don't stop believing, dreamers.
We have done all of our 500 enemies, all of our Eximus. We have done our heat damage. We don't have radiation damage yet. So let's go put some radiation damage on this. Okay. So that we can do more damage. If we upgrade this, we have 10 spaces now. Okay. I can throw on... where is it? Do I have it? I do not have the one that gives me heat and status. That would be nice. I'm just one short of being able to put on Molten Impact. which I would really like to put on right now. I will put it on down here. That gives us the radiation damage we need. And then I have 4 left that I can put a 4 mod on. Let's see. Energy channel is nice. Power throw, we could throw that, but the punch through doesn't really help us. It does. The pluses to thrown damage helps us, but the punch through doesn't help us because the Zorus doesn't really do punch through. That would slow us down, but be very useful. Oh, we can, we'll throw some Violent Scourge on there. That'll give us more status chance. Okay. Even though we don't have the drain up. So we got more status chance. We have radiation and toxin now as our 2 weapon types. We're doing more damage, and it's going to be more effective. So we're going to go back in and continue to level up the Zorus. Now, while I'm thinking about it, are there any other weapons that we don't have leveled up that would be useful? Let's see. I've got the Kunai. I could throw on a cheap weapon, I think. I don't know. I may have bought all the Mark 1s. No, I didn't buy the Mark 1 Kunai or the Mark 1 Furus. So I'll take the Mark 1 Kunai. I'll spend the 15,000. Okay. And we'll purchase it and rank it up just for the mastery ranking. Okay. Now we can throw on some mods. Not that it's going to make much difference. I'll give it more damage. We have this, so I'll stick on... oh, I don't know what to stick on there. Critical damage. More critical chance. Probably. It's fine. We got 8 more. We have not put a lot of endo into our secondaries, so we're gonna have to do that at some point. But that will give us another weapon to work up. And then the Eidolons over here, no, we can swap that one out and see if we can find something similar for that. At some point, we'll obviously need to go and buy more weapons. Now, the Mark 1 Paris is the one we haven't ranked up. So if I purchase that, and that will get us closer to our mastery rank 10, which we really want to be at. Okay, so I'm going to upgrade that. This is a bow. We're going to stick serration on here. And we have a dash polarity that we can make use of. I'll put this Hellfire on it. And that's pretty much all we're going to do. So we have all new weapons that are being ranked up and our Mirage, and we're going to go rank them up. Oh, she doesn't have a lens. That is unforgivable. I don't think she has a lens. Let me look at this. Does she have a lens? No, she does not have a lens. We only have one. I'm going to put the Zenyurk on there. It is important to have focus lenses on as much stuff as you can. Definitely Mirage should have a focus, because she's getting a lot of focus for these things as part of her daily stuff. If we look at our operator, we've got 290,000 that we could be using. Every time we go into Sanctuary Onslaught, we will get a significant amount of that. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to go back down. I'm going to go back to the Sanctuary Onslaught and do another one. and not get a full group again, which is kind of rare. I guess nobody is playing right now. All right, here we go. Oh goodness, really? Right off the bat, I jumped off the rail and got reset. Okay. Oh my goodness. There we go. Two again. And this is one of those cases where it really doesn't matter who is getting the affinity for kills, because we're all getting affinity. I think I have another Mirage, in fact. We do. We have a Mirage Prime in here. What the heck is that?
My Warframe is strong.
And we come back in here. And the inevitable host migration. Ah, and somebody joining the party. There we go. There we go.
is open. Go now.
Alright, when you are hard pressed, sometimes you hit your one. Ooh. Now you start to see the use of mirages. One, to more extent. And you can just keep spamming that. Okay. I see one guy, I see the other person, nobody's going in. So I'll wait here.
The sanctuary will go on without you.
The Zorus is almost max rank. As are the Mark 1 Paris and Kanai, actually. We did a very good job there. And I think we've used up all the rest of our standing for the day. Yes, we have. All right, our Zorus at rank 29 is almost max ranked. So let's take a look at what we can do with it. Okay. I have Molten Impact. I'm going to put a better Molten Impact on there. Okay. I'm going to rank up Virulent Scourge. Okay. Got the pressure point. I really wish we had a stance for it. Ooh, maybe. The odds are against us, but sometimes Nightwave has stance mods as a credit offering. Give me the mods. All right. No, I see aura mods, but not a stance mod. Now, do we have anything useful here? Rubico, Ambush Optics, it's the minus zoom. No.
And
And I
with
believe there may be an augment mod for it over here somewhere. Let me see. But it might not be available to us.
About?
No, not here.
Perhaps these will show you the path.
These are a bargain, just for you.
You're just like the rest, tainted and ruined beyond salvation.
They do seem to be angry with me for some reason.
Enemy in any form is still a target.
Ah. No, that's Exothermos. I thought there was an augment mod for it, but...
A lot of innocent people, Tenno. What do you care?
Nope, that's also exothermic. Okay. So we don't have a augment mod for it here that we can make use of. Now this is one of those weapons where it would benefit a great deal from using Forma. Okay. Because it has no polarities on it whatsoever. But I'm not going to do that anytime soon. That's a pretty solid build for what we need now. I have 6 spaces. I can throw on one more I can I throw on the north wind? No, I can't. What do we have in terms of stuff that I can throw on here? We can throw in this Carnus Mandible. Now, we can't put on the full Carnus Mandible, but we can throw... Oh, what's Killing Blow? 20% melee damage on heavy attack. That's an interesting thing. Ooh, I can stick focus energy on here. The heavy attack is what we're using to kind of, I don't know if, no, I don't think that applies to the throw. Pretty sure it doesn't actually apply to the throw. Let's look at throw. We have power throw and we have quick return, which gives us 1 less bounce. Thrown weapons will bounce and they won't necessarily come back quite so quickly. I don't know if we need that because we blow it up. And therefore it doesn't need to come back. Faster attack speed could be useful. Status duration could be useful. Adding another type of damage like this would make it better for us to... so we could do radiation and viral damage. That would give us a bit more damage. It's probably good enough right now. Okay. All right. I'm not going to level up the rest of these weapons right now. I'm going to switch back to our Rhino. Oh, sorry. I need to switch our loadout. Loadout to our Rhino. And I'm going to swap in the Zorus. All right. And we are now ready to continue with the Deadlock protocol. So, use our Zorus to free Solaris captives in the Granum Void is our next quest. Okay. Which is Parvos Granum here. All right. So now that we've got that ranked up and we have a bit of an understanding of how it works, we can go and do the next quest in the Deadlock protocol. So here we go. Let's see if we can finish this off. Now, as I remember, this was a pain in the neck the first time I did it. It might be easier now that I have done it. Yeah, actually, if I see more of those...
You're too late! The tributes are jammed open and the old man's errant specters have control of my ship. They're spreading through the fleet. I have no choice. If I can't have my fleet, no one can.
Alright, so here's what we do. We send that out there. Okay.
This was not the deal, Anno. We have yet to rescue our people. Disengage the destruct.
I can't do that. But don't worry, I'm already at a very comfortable, safe distance.
Duty, the fleet's going to blow. Outwelder, aboard.
Wait, it's a time prison, right? Sparky, if you can get back inside
Oh,
before the reactor...
it helps if I
you
have my...
theoretically have all the time in the world.
Alright, we gotta do this. Which way are we going? We're going this way. Nope, not that way, this way. Oh, come on. Get me where I want to be. There we are. Oh, it's this way. I gotta find that treasurer and kill him. And there's the treasurer. And then we gotta collect this coin. Where is the... Ah, that way. Alright, we're now in the Granum Void again.
I don't think they made it.
Outwelder? UD, they're alive. Listen, Neff's whole fleet is overloading. Huge energy spike. We need to take out Protea. Ready that, Zorus.
My apologies for the coughing.
There, our Ranger jockeys. They're trapped in some kind of energy enclosure. You'll need to charge the Zorus to break it open.
Right, to charge the
Comes
Zorus.
from not knowing what you are doing. There's no stopping this without stopping Protea. A bit like eating your own, no?
Here they come. Take
All right.
clearance, then use the Zorus to trap the specter particles that escape. You'll have to time it just right.
Okay. I don't know if we got that. No, we didn't get that. I gotta find the specters to do that with. There we go. I don't know if it charged. I don't think it did.
Full charge.
Okay.
Target the enclosure trapping our jockeys. You'll need to trigger your Zorus to discharge near them.
Alright.
Well done, Outwelder. Now bring the rest home.
Alright. So you notice it makes that little thing if you go through it, the sphere, when you kill one of these guys.
Full charge. Now, target the enclosure trapping our jockeys. You'll need to trigger your Zorus to discharge near them.
Where did they get? Where is it? I just had a marker. Oh, there it is. There we go. Got another one back. Yeah, I was having trouble the first time I did this, charging up the Zorus, because... Oh. Where did he go?
Charge. Now, target the enclosure trapping our jockeys. You'll need to trigger your Zorus to discharge near them.
Alright.
By now, your friends have noticed that the overloading void engines are preventing the exits you opened for my captives from closing. Well done, and goodbye. Enjoy your stay.
That cunning old Outwelder, you've got to get out of there.
Alright, we're charged. And we took down Protea, so we got to charge up again.
She's reversing the temporal field. Try to interrupt it. A fully charged burst from the Zorus might do it.
Alright, I got it fully charged. Oh, I have to do it while she rewinds. Which is harder. Alright. I'm not charged. Yes, I know.
She's reversing the temporal field. Try to interrupt it. A fully charged burst from
Nope.
the Taurus might do it.
I have to charge it up. Okay. I have one charge. I need 3 charges. I need more of the specters. Where are the specters? There we go. Alright, so we're fully charged. Now I gotta take her. And while she's rewinding, I took another segment away from her. Okay. So we gotta do it again. We gotta do this 4 times.
This cycle's degrading.
There we go. Alright, I got 2. I got a full signal again, so we go after her. I gotta find her when she's rewinding.
She's reversing the temporal field.
Dot, and then again, I got one more.
That's it. This cycle's degrading.
I got 1 charge. Oh. And this is unfortunately one of those few cases where I can't detonate it. Alright, I got 2 charges. Alright, I'm fully charged. We come over to her. Force her to rewind.
Try to interrupt it. A fully charged burst from the Taurus.
And we have succeeded in defeating the Proteus Spectre.
You're too late! The old man's errant specters have... Huh? The protean trace is... gone? Where is he? Where is my father?
That temporal effect again. And yes, there are your sensory feeds, just like last time. So, the Zorus worked. In a battle that never happened. Or did it? I have a headache.
You're not the only one. Okay.
Calling in, Sparky. They're coming home. Tonight, all Fortuna will be singing a verse in your honor.
Well, we got, of course, to... We gotta unlock this. Let's... And that's the last mission of the Deadlock Protocol. We do get a little tiny bit of Solaris United standing just for doing that, for rescuing the 3 people. You can get more Solaris United standing by rescuing people with Granum Crowns. If you have a Granum Crown in your possession, when you're going through a Corpus mission... Oh.
We are reunited. Parents to children. Family to family. Take this time to hold one another. For tomorrow our struggle continues. We will persevere. Know that our emancipation is writ in the stars, with Solaris and Tenno united.
Alright, that is it for the Deadlock Protocol. We get the Protea blueprint for that. Okay. Protea sounds very cool. I don't know how easy she's going to be to run. I'm not in a rush to get her right now. Because in order to get her, we have to get the Granum Crowns and go back in and do one of each of the 3 missions successfully that the 3 different types of Granum Crown will give us access to. And I've been on a couple of those missions that other people have dragged you into, because what happens is if you go into a Corpus mission and somebody has a Granum Crown and they put it into the hand, it will start that mission and somebody can go into the void. Actually, the entire team could, if they want to. And typically what happens is they fail and leave because not everybody came in. I would try those solo if I was going to try and do those, just to see if they were going to do things. I may try that on my main account at some point, and then get back to you here if we're doing this. But we have finished the Deadlock Protocol, which is the important thing. And we have the Zorus, which is the second thing. Now, there is a second quest called the Call of Tempestari. We're not going to do that quite yet.
Tenno, your codex has been updated with a new quest.
Which gets us another Warframe that may or may not be the better choice of the 2 between the things. We'll see. I'm going to hold off on that, and we're going to do the other things that we need to do today. Okay, so we have done the Zorus. It's a nice little weapon. It will, when we get the right mods for it, become an even better weapon. But right now, with it not having even a stance mod, we don't have a stance mod for it. Okay, until we get a stance mod for a glaive, which is what this is, it really can't be modded up to its fullest potential. There are other mods that we would like to have that until we get those mods, it can't be modded up to its fullest potential. And right now, our Broken War actually does better for us in most cases. The exception being, I'm going to probably leave it on Mirage for Sanctuary Onslaught, because Mirage's ability to the Hall of Mirrors, where she has 5 of herself, all doing the same attack, even though they do less damage. When we're talking about the Zorus's explosive damage, it covers a wider area and it does a significantly increased amount of damage. So for Mirage, it actually makes sense to keep the Zorus on. But for everything else, we're going to go back to Broken War. And I'm going to do that right now. All right. So let's look at what we're talking about in terms of the time of day. Day ends in an hour in the plains of Eidolon. All right. We do need to go into the plains of Eidolon and do Ostron Standing. We do need to go into the Orb Valis and do Fortuna Standing. And we need to go into the Cambrian Drift and do that. We need to get all of our standings up because we have a lot of things that we need to accomplish. That means we're going to be doing hunting, fishing, bounties, and mining on all of these worlds. Now, we haven't done any hunting, fishing, or mining yet on the Orvalis. Okay, so that's where we're going to start. I'm going to go into navigation. I'm going to switch us to solo. Okay, and I'm going to go into the Orvalis. Now, the Orvalis, just like a lot of other places, has its annoyances, even when you're in stuff. All right, welcome to the Orvalis. If we look over here, so west of the transit depot, right about there, there's this line of stuff that goes from this cave down through here. Okay, and there's a lake down here. Okay, this is where we're going to concentrate our stuff. This cave has an exit that's right at the road on the right. So if we go to the transit depot, which is what we're going to start with. Okay, there's the road. We're going to go up the road a little ways. And make sure I'm going the right way. I am going the right way, good. I'm going to bring out the K-Drive just because this is the Orvalis and K-Drives are a thing. So there you can see the cave entrance just on the right in the mini-map. Which we passed, of course.
Fresh leavings and there, a trail. Follow.
Okay, so this is a hunting situation. Oh, come on. Go away. Did I invite you? Alright. Oh, goodness. We've got something in here. Alright. So what we have here is actually a hunting trail. If we bring out a tranq rifle, we can follow the tracks. Okay. So this is the Stover Trail start point. Okay. And we'll bring out that again. See if I can find the tracks. Alright. I do not want to pick up the canister and do thermia stuff. So you see how our tracks are lighting up for us? So this is a little bit more in-depth hunt. Okay. Bring back out our tranq gun and continue to follow tracks. Those tracks are going to lead us up here. You see that there? Ah, now, I could call with an echo lure. Do I have the echo lure is the question. I don't have an echo lure. Okay. So this is where you would need to have an echo lure to hunt whatever this is. Okay. We can't do that. and if we don't have the trank gun, it won't even show it. So we can't continue this hunt right now, but we'll come back for it. Okay, what we can do here is we can mine like heck. This happens to be one of the better mining spots in the Orvalis. And again, I'm going to thank Brozim for this. His video on YouTube was what pointed me to this cave in particular. And I've been using it quite a lot since then. So mining is just like it is everywhere else. There is no real significant difference in how you do mining. And look at this, we've got a thing where there's no dots. So we can find the dots by doing this and hope that we find something. But it looks like it's too well buried. We could come back to that node later if we wanted to see if it does any better. There we go. Another one where I'm not seeing the dots. There's our dots. Now, you get different materials from each of the open worlds. They do not overlap in terms of the materials you can get from mining. So you will have to do your mining in all the open worlds. Now, if we come back over here, you can barely see the blue dot there, but it's not the only one. There might be one there. Oh, I heard a sound. But I don't see anything I can hunt. Alright. So there's more mining over here. Fine. Didn't quite hit it. Way up there. Not going to be something I can easily reach. I don't see a fishing node in this. Oh, I do see a fishing node over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to right about here, and we're going to equip our shock prod fishing spear. That's what we use in here. Okay, we don't have any bait, but we'll do a 3 to make the fish visible. Boy, I'm not hitting them very well. Ah. If I do this right, I shock it. I forgot about that with the shock pod. When you hit something in this one, You want to hit the middle button when it's in that area, and it'll shock the areas, everything around. Boy, I cannot seem to hit those. Maybe that's the needs a different spear. Oh, but I missed it. Boy, I missed that one fully. All right. Oh, and I went in right in because I was hitting the wrong finger. Hi. Die, please. Now, they've scared away all the fish, sadly. It looks like, even though there is an active fish zone here. Oh, we don't have the fish, the spear equipped. That's why. Shock prod fishing spear. There we go. Oh, I am doing terrible. Oh, use the left bounce button, not the middle button. That's what I've been doing wrong. Okay. Been a while since I fished in this area. Okay. I don't seem to be having good aim either today. And that's our limited stuff for this. Okay, I'm going to go and go back to mining after I kill this guy. We'll mine a little bit more. Another node where the dots aren't showing up today. All right. It's pretty far up. Let's see if I can get to it. Doesn't look promising. Nope, I can't get a good angle on it anyway. There's 2 dots, even though we can't see the vein. Oh, we can barely see the 3rd dot blinking. It's down below, but there's one right up here. With a little bit of practice, hitting those rare things is not hard. And it's worth the extra chance of getting of something else. I didn't get it this time. Always get every resource you can out of a mine. Up, F9. I have 2 that I see. Well, that was terrible. I might get something out of it. I got Axidite. I'll take it. I remember this one. Nope, nothing we can do with that one. Alright, we've pretty much, I think, done everything that I can do in this area. We're gonna follow the bouncing lockpin to get out. This is why we put the lockpin, is because when you're inside especially, it's not always obvious how to get to the exit. Now, I heard something again. Ooh, I'm being attacked by something. Oh, it got killed. Oh, that was an orb. Those aren't animals. Alright. So we are at that. Remember I was saying that this is the other end of that cavern? Well, we made it all the way through. My apology. Ooh, what was that? Alright, so there's a lake down here. That sometimes has some nice nodes. Like there's a node. If you see it, the little steam coming off of there. Okay. Oh, and a Utico memorial fragment. Alright. I can't see the steam from this side very well. This is easier to do in the dark. Ah, there's a good fishing spot. Right here. You see that? We can go over here. I can go and equip my spear. And use some dye. That should make the fishies a bit more visible. Like that one. Which ran away from me the second it realized there was something here. Okay. Now, if you're looking for a specific fish, you may have to go at night, or I should say during cold. Boy, my aim has been really off today. And there'll be a time when we're going to go out looking for a very specific fish. Right now, we're just looking to get stuff. I like this spot. I hadn't really noticed it before. But it's ice. It's hard to see from the shore, so you don't get interrupted by things that are hostile a lot. Now, as I said, if you look at this warm, we're in cold right now. Okay, so these are cold water fish. In 4 minutes, we're going to have warm water fish spawn in. And we're not using any bait right now. Now, these may also be warm water type situations, but you can see the sun is starting to come out. Alright. Warm is still 3 minutes away. Now there is a better fishing spear for the Orvalis, but it requires us to have a higher standing to get. So we're not going to get it for a while. It'll make fishing a lot easier down here. Warm in 1 minute. I'm going to not fish a little more. I'm going to let them spawn. Actually, no, I do need to fish because if I spawn them out there, they may not. The new ones might not spawn. There we go. Now, just in case we're running low on dye, which is possible, I'm going to put some more dye into the water. We are now in warm, which is all of 6 minutes long, I believe. If you're looking for a specific fish that only spawns during warm hours, you want to pay close attention to that time on the map. Oh, there's an eye. I'll take that. Or not. Now, again, we are just getting the basic fish. I hope to scare it in my direction, but it didn't. There's another eye. Alright, notice our fishing node has faded. That means that we pretty much fished this whole area out. We would want to go looking for another fishing node if we were going to do stuff, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go back to Fortuna. We've done some mining, some fishing. We haven't done really any hunting. And that is because... Let's see if I can get back to shore. Nope, the second I got to shore, I was attacked. Oh, there's something up there. A flossy saga. Oh, I got him. Nice catch. Of course, I have to come up here now to collect him, which is easiest done in an Archwing. And you can actually pick them up in the Archwing.
Female. A flossy sorghum. Very pretty. A fine catch.
Yep.
Clear-eyed and in good health. Excellent.
Now, can you equip one of these? Yes, you can. Oh, that's nice to know. They've spotted me, I think. There is that. Alright, well at this point, you get the idea. I'm going to go back to Fortuna. And avoiding the Profit Taker Orb. Now, so this lake also has quite a few nodes that are useful. And this lake back here is also sometimes a good fishing spot. The problem with both of them is they will attract attention from the various and sundry crews. So we can come in here. I'm going to go into Fortuna. You can see we've gotten quite a bit of mining stuff done. We got some some tags. We got stuff. We got a lot of fish. So the way we go deal with that is we go to the business.
You had a problem. You came to me. Now I just sell fishing gear. Little Duck told me I was going soft. But a quiet life isn't so bad. I recommend it.
Alright, so the business, we could give these fish to him.
Jockeys are in constant need of parts and repair, and many can't afford it. Share some of your catch. They'll remember.
For Solaris United Standing. Some of it's worth 500. I mean, that's a good medium amount of stuff. So we could sell all of that if I wanted to gain standing. Okay, but bounties are the better way of gaining standing. Instead, I'm going to dismantle them.
I'll leave you to it.
And I'm going to select all, and I'm going to say dismantle. And we'll get a whole bunch of stuff, okay, which we want to have.
Handily done there. Nice outcome.
Okay. So, he also sells, as I said, fishing gear and tranq rifles and lures and broad spectrum bait, which is used to collect sap caddies and tink and brickies, but you notice we didn't need them for that. We got the tinks and the brickies even without the broad spectrum bait. Okay. There are other types of bait. Narrow spectrum bait, okay, can get us recasters and IIs. So we'll get more of those types of thing. Krillers in warm weather. So they tell you which type of weather they're useful for. The key ones we'll eventually need is wire winder bait and long winder bait, because these are things that we will want to be catching. Okay, but we have a lot of ranking up to do. Let's do some of that ranking up. Okay. Now, the reason we need to do a lot of that ranking up is, oh, look over here. We have Smokefinger, who has mining blueprints. And guess what? We want all of them, just like everything else. Okay. So again, we need to gain more standing. We don't have enough standing.
The first time you uncover something rare and special and pull it from the soil,
we could trade gems. Some of these are worth 1,000. Okay. All right. So the way we do most of our actual bounty style, we're going to go here. We're going to stick a bounty. Okay. I'm thinking that there are not a lot of people doing the low-level bounties. The highest level bounty we can't get to until the new war, and that one always has people on it. But if you notice, most of these bounties have lenses. So let's see, is any of these having a narrow lens? No, right now it's Madurai and Vazarin as options. But this one can give you field drawn, which is really kind of nice. And they can give us stat bonds. All right, so we are 2,600. We're only 2,400 away. This one will give us 2,820. This one won't give us enough. I'm going to do the archaeology and see what we can get out of it.
We never talked.
Oh, and I'm going to abandon it immediately. No, I'm going to go public.
Do some research. Find the dig site and salvage them before the taxman can.
As long as you go public before you go into the elevator, you'll have a chance of being in a group. And now I am. In a full group, too. That's nice.
I had a recon team keeping tabs on Nev's Special Operations Unit. The team found something big, but went silent before they could pass the info on. Find them. Right. When in doubt, pull the brain out of a drone and see what it knows. We need to find that missing team before it's too late. One drone as ordered. Knock it down, Sparky. We gotta hack that thing. Alright. Once we get this thing rewired, it'll auto-teleport to a destination of our choosing, where one of our people is waiting to pick it up.
And now we gotta kill things.
They're gonna try to wreck it rather than let us take it. Hold them off while I get this done.
I hope that there are other people who are actually helping us here, because it's going to spawn a lot of people. We've got 4 in the group. If we don't get all 4, we're going to lose this bounty. We need at least more than one person defending it. Alright, so we got 2 people sort of defending it. Nope. Something killed it because we didn't have enough people. Alright, so much for that bounty being any good. And we're done because people aren't doing it. So we'll go back. Let's see if we can get this again with a different group. One that's actually trying to do the bounty as opposed to... I'm not even going to stay in the squad. So apparently that group was much more interested in just exploring the Orvalis than actually doing any valleys, which is not uncommon, but it's annoying when it happens. Oh, what is my one unread message? Inbox.
The system shall change. No more clutching at sunk costs, imposed ideals, hand-me-down hopes. No, we are better than that. Corpus shall know a violent restructuring, but with time enough to face the impending threat from Tau with renewed and absolute vigor. Or not. Perhaps the rot is too deep. Perhaps the father should abandon his children. Perhaps it is time for a new philosophy. Life's just a bargain like any other. Yours is no different. Would you like a seat at my new table? Perhaps with your masked friends alongside? The business, was it? A curious name. And Udico, of course. All people who know what they want. I know what they want. But what about you? Tell me, friend. What is it you desire?
All right, so that was just a wrap up to the. Let's try it again. Same bounty.
Show 'em how it's done, Sparky. We ain't got all cycle.
And there's a lot of people here, so maybe we'll get somebody decent
Do some research.
who actually wants to do the mission.
Before the taxman can. Sparky, I can't hack this thing if it goes boom. Keep him off it. Not kidding.
Oh, ooh. Same one. Oh, this thing.
Move as fast as I can, but this data mass is some seriously tangled architecture. Gonna need you to buy me more time, Sparky.
Alright, well, we got some standing out of it.
SC thanks you kindly. Okay, analyzing data. Corpus Geographical Survey teams submit reports to central outposts, marking the nearest one. Get in there, go through those surveys, and find a lead on the Orican dig site.
Alright,
Get
so.
on site for Corpus resources. Now's the time to hit it. So hit it. Corpus Obelisk reporting first shipments being down. That's your cue, Sparky.
Alright, so we gotta do this. Defend the. Oh, goodness gracious me.
We've got more coming in. Pick 'em up. That's one for us. Pick him up. Case retrieved.
Another Matter lens.
Perfect. They found something, all right. And I have an idea that might get us closer.
Where are we going?
Hold that thought. One of our recon teams went silent. Find out what happened.
Something shot me down. Where is it? There.
This isn't the whole team. Where are the others? Search the bodies. See if there's any clues. Damage.
What the heck
There's
just
something in the
pushed
bottle.
me back like
Maybe
that?
decoded before the device failed. Accessing buffer. Analyzing. Accessing buffer. Analyzing. Password. Hello. Buffer. Accessing final transmissions. Come on, final transmissions. I'm in. Taking a quick look around. Itinerary, patrol log, coordinates, reports, blah, blah, blah. Oh no. They were jumped by a Corpus patrol. I'm willing to bet they were taken here. Here we are. Find any survivors. Get them out. Here come the taxmen.
Oh, nice. We've got a Hydroid with us.
I haven't seen a hidden one that.
Good. We got some medical debt bonds, which we needed.
You did good work, Sparky. The team had solid intel. Triangulations based on collector data puts the Corpus dig site around about here. Marked. Now, get over there and start digging. Excavators incoming. Excavator offline. Find a power cell fast.
Haven't seen any yet. There's a power cell. All right.
Hey, Dad. I've got a rail agent on standby, ready to ship these artifacts off-world pronto. Good work, Sparky.
That should give us enough to max out our initial Voxelar standing to raise it up to the 2nd level. All right. We are now at 5,000 standing for that. We're going to go and rank up with Utico. Nope, not bounties.
Let me know when you're available.
Okay, what do we need? We need 2 training debt bonds and 10,000 credits. Fortunately, this is a little easier than some of the other open worlds in that if we don't have what we need, we can go to Ticker and purchase debt bonds for stuff. Now, we don't have the stuff we need for this, okay, or for this, but we're looking for training debt bonds. This one only costs us 14,400 and 11,000 nanospores, which we have. Let's see, is there this one? No. That one cost us 9 bricky muon batteries, which we have. And it's going to get us 7 training debt bonds and 7 for only 14.8. I think I'm going to do that one.
A hell of an adventure, isn't it? You know where to find me.
So go back to Utico. We go to Solaris Uniting standing, and we say rank up. We're now an Outworlder with Solaris United, and we have access to more stuff. Now, unfortunately, well, actually, no, it does have it. Okay, so there's a lot of kit gun stuff in here. Kit guns are a way of assembling guns from parts, much like amps. And in Cetus, there's Zaws, which is the same sort of thing. But we're not going to do any of that right now. We're not caring about the trophies. The Vermink Echo Lure would be useful if we were going to hunt Vermink. These things down here are, I think, more weapon pieces. But the 2 things we're most interested in are these blueprints down here. We need these blueprints. I'm going to take the Vanadier, whatever it's called, alloy, and redeem it.
I help you.
Okay. And then we'll go do another bounty, because I want some more standing. Now we completed that bounty. We could go for the highest end bounty, but the odds of us completing it are very low, especially given that we may not have some high things. The thing is, if you look at these, okay, you'll see that they give us debt bonds, they can give us Aya, they give us Garuda pieces, okay, if you do enough of them. Okay, and these three lower ones can give us all three Garuda pieces. Garuda's not a bad Warframe to have. Okay, these high-end ones, the main things we can get from them are Aya and some rare mods. Okay, well this one's kind of nice. So I want to do the lowest end one. Okay, this proof of life one. And see if we can get a Garuda chassis from it.
Outstanding. Now get out there and void some mucking warranties. I had a recon team keeping tabs on Nev's special operations unit. The team found something big, but went silent before they could pass the info on. Find them. I need to bring my team home safe.
Now we may very well be doing this solo.
I have a lead. Right. When in doubt, pull the brain out of a drone and see what it knows.
Now this is, as long as we don't get more people in, this isn't too bad.
Starting a remote camp. Once I'm done, it should teleport into the waiting arms of one of our people, far from here.
We definitely want to take out that thing.
And they're gonna try to wreck it rather than let us take it. Hold them off while I get this done.
Oh man, that is not going to survive. It has no health to start with. Oh, so much for that. Okay, so that bounty is not... I don't know how to do that bounty with a moving target defending. None of the other Warframes really are good for that. You would need maybe Titania. Oh, hi. What are you doing in front of me? Oh, we got somebody else who came in late. I'm not a big fan of that drone defense. I've done it successfully with some of the other things, but man, that had no health to speak of. That might be a titanium mission. Can I do it with Titania? I mean Trinity, sorry, Trinity. Trinity could put on her blessing to keep it healthy relatively, but it had such little amount of health that I don't know how you keep it healthy. Maybe we won't bother. What the heck is... That's weird. I've never seen that background in my... That's just very weird. This might be a good time for me to actually take a break. I'm going to take an hour or so break for dinner. And I will get back to you as soon as I figure out what I want to do next. Which will probably either be more bounties. They may reset and I might get more people. Or it will be us doing stuff in the other open worlds. Because we do have stuff to do. Actually, let's go back into our ship.
A new quest is available in your codex.
Now, if we go back to our all and type Voidrig, you notice we're going to need spinal core sections that's from fishing on Deimos. Devolved Namalom is mostly mining, but it's not just from Deimos. Parasitic Tether Maw is also from fishing on Deimos. Tempest Bapholite, we'll need Dramal Ally, we'll need more Lucent Terraglobes, we'll need Faceted Tiametrite, we will need Purged Dagonic and Purified Hesperon. Blah. Sounds like a lot. Okay. Now, if we get rid of all that, okay, and look now, the Adramal Ally, we need more Adramelium, but we have the Traveride, we just got it, okay, by mining in on Fortuna. Now, for that one, again, if we bring up Voidrig, actually, let's look at Adramal. Okay, you can see the Voidrig casing requires 60 of that. We only have 20 Traveride. We're going to need 40 more Traveride, and we're going to need a lot more Adramalium to create what we need here. And notice it also requires 600 plastids for every 20. So we're going to need another 800 plastids to create that for our Voidrig casing. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to create any Adramal Alloy right now. If we go back to here, Devolved Namalon. We do have all of the other stuff we need for that, except we're going to probably need more Lucent Terraglobes, because notice we need 45 here. We're going to need probably 45 there if we go for the Namalon. And go back up to here. We can see that the Voidrig capsule needs 50, and because it comes in 20s, we'll also need 60 of that. Okay, so we need another 44 Namalon to do that, and we'll need more Lucent Terraglobes because we're going to make other things with those Lucent Terraglobes. Okay, so, and then we need Faceted Tiametrite. Now that is easier because it doesn't need anything else, but we still will need we go back here, we will see that Voidrig casing requires us to have 30 of that. So we need another 28 Tiametrite for that to work. Okay. If we continue down the list, Purged Dagonic, we actually have enough to build 10 of it, and I'm going to do that. While we're doing that, I'm going to come over here and look for Dagonic. Okay, you can see the Purged Dagonic, we'll need 30 of that as well. Same thing as the Tiametrite. We're going to have 10 of it at the end of this. I like to mine to refine the minerals that can be refined, that are needed for the things we're looking for, before I go and sell any minerals to the open worlds for standing or for other purposes. Okay, that way we know that they've been used up and turned into real minerals, the refined minerals. So if we go back over here and go back to this, we just looked at the Purged Dagonic, the Purified Hesperon, same sort of thing. We don't have enough stuff for it. Okay, we are going to need, for that one, we're going to need 40 of that. So we're going to need a lot more mining in the Cambrian Drift to be able to do that one. Okay. And there is, I believe, one more. The Tempered Bapholite. Do we need Venerado Ally? Let me see. We'll need that for Garuda. Oh, we have a Garuda thing. Let me see. What else do we have for Garuda? We have the neuroptics and systems. We just need the chassis. That's the only one we're missing. But like other things, it requires toroids and alloys and mining stuff to do that. So we don't need the what we were looking at. Oh. We do not need the Venardo alloy for Voidrig, but we will need tempered bapholite. Now, we have a lot of bapholite, a lot of pyrol, fortunately, because we did that, and a lot of nanospores, and some loosened terraglobes. So I'm going to start building those. We are going to need 50. And we can build that right now, and then any bapholite we have beyond that point can be used for other purposes. Okay. So let's get rid of this. We'll make 60 of that. And that will give us at least one of our things we need. And we'll get rid of this. We can claim our Purge Dagonic, but we can't make any more. Sorry. Yes, we know their requests.
You have outdone yourself.
I'm going to claim it. I'm going to build another one. And we're going to do 3 sets of this, basically. Now, there are other things that are on our list of this stuff to build. Let's take a look at our profile while that's working. Our profile means we're only 4,000 away from being rank 10. Okay, tonight I'm going to try and get us to rank 10. And I'm going to start building our Mastery rank 10 weapons. Because that's going to be, there's some really, really good Mastery rank 10 weapons. And we will want to get those. So I'm going to come back to our foundry. This should be almost ready to claim and build the next one. And we'll build one more set of these. So we're making little inchy steps towards building Voidrig. I believe we made some inchy steps towards building Gara. Let me come find that and see where we're at on Gara. Gara, we have all the Copperite Ally, all the Rubido, all the Iridite. We need to do some fishing for Chark Electroflax. Okay. And we need to find at least one more Cetus Wisp. Now, we're going to need another 22 Chark Electroflax. It's going to be a decent amount of fishing. I may or may not do that tonight. Gara used to be one of my favorite Warframes. It's been kind of accidentally nerfed in the intervening years because of a revision to how Eximuses work. But we're going to build her anyway because she is still useful. She's just not as useful. So there's our tempered bapholite. We have all the tempered bapholite we need. If we go back over here and look at Voidrig, we now see that our tempered bapholite, we have all of what we need for that. Okay, so here we're going to need to do more fishing. We're going to need to do, for these damaged necromech engines and damaged necromech pods, we're going to have to do more isolation bolts, which is where we got these. And we're going to have to do a lot more mining and fishing in the both the Orb Valis and in the Cambrian Drift, because we need more stuff to build all of this, all of the things that we need for that. We're also going to need a lot more Lucent Terra Globes. Look at that. It needs 140 for that. All right, just for that by itself. And that's not counting the ones that are needed for the Adramel alloy and let's see, I think we still need to build some devolved Mamelon. So we're going to have 60, 120, 160 Lucent Terra Globes to finish this. That's a lot of Lucent Terra Globes. Okay. All right. And we've already used up. No, actually, it's 90, and 140. It's 100 is 230, and we've used up 45. So it's 275 total Lucent Terra Globes that are going to be used in this situation. So that's a lot of Lucent Terra Globes. But we do want to build Voidrig. It's one of our higher priority things. Do we actually need to have Voidrig for the new war? No, because you're going to be given a necromech if you don't have one. That is basic. That is all you need to get through. But by building Voidrig, getting used to him, building him up, ranking him up, you'll understand how to use him properly when we get into the new war. That's why we did the Railjack and went through all that stuff with the Railjack, because we're going to do, there's 2 Railjack segments in the new war. And we're going to do more Eidolon hunts and other things with the operator to rank, to build new amps. And oh, actually, that's a good thing. Let's look at our amps. We do have these things for amps, and I actually might have enough of everything except for the Cetus Wisps. We need more Cetus Wisps for those too. So I need a bunch of Cetus Wisps just to build this is the 111 amp, these parts. Just to build this, we need more Cetus Wisps. And then we can build this, okay, and show you the difference between a moat amp and what it can do, and a 111 amp and what it can do. Ultimately, before we go to the new war, I would like to have a 547 amp if I can. I will settle for a 212 amp. And that's pretty much it for now. All right, so I'm going to take a break. I'll be back. This is Steve, your grumpy old Warframe, signing off, and happy hunting.